All right, well, I am off to Disneyland. Are you sure there's nothing you need before I leave?
Nothing at all. You go enjoy yourself. Have some fun. You deserve it. Go on, get out of here.
All right, well, I guess I'll see you in a couple days. I'm excited to see Haunted Mansion Holiday, and I'm excited to see Small World Holiday and the new queue, and Princess and the Frog. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is standby now. This is going to be a great trip. I'm so excited for my Disneyland trip.
Ah, the brave offhand. Back from Disneyland already. How was it?
I didn't go. I can't go. Did you look outside?
Huh?
I guess it's just going to be too fun of a trip. Of course, Mother Nature couldn't let me go on it. So I guess instead of talking about the new Haunted Mansion queue or, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I guess we can talk about something else here at home. What do you want to talk about?
How about something so extremely underwhelming? Kind of like you right now. You're underwhelming me.
Something underwhelming like I am right now. Ooh, how about the Disneyland 70th?
Huh?
We all remember the D23 Expo, right? It was a little while ago. They showed off some Monsters Inc. stuff replacing Muppet Vision. They showed off a weird version of Frontierland, but they also mentioned a very special event coming to the Disneyland Resort this upcoming year, 2025. And that, of course, would be the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. 70 long years of Disneyland enchanting, mesmerizing, and sometimes even scaring guests from all over the world. Of course, Disney would have to go all out on this celebration. So of course, they're going to put a brand new attraction in the Main Street Opera House on Main Street, USA. And that sounds like I'm being sort of sarcastic. I'm not, okay? Walt Disney, A Magical Life, the show that is replacing Mr. Lincoln for the 70th and then will be playing in rotation with Mr. Lincoln afterwards, looks to be, by all accounts, an amazing show with a lifelike, state-of-the-art Walt Disney animatronic that his family members, by the way, have signed off on. The Walt Disney Family Museum gave their consent for a Walt Disney animatronic. Not everybody is on the same page, and I was really worried about a Walt Disney animatronic at Disneyland, but the Walt Disney Family Museum's okay with it, then I don't see why I wouldn't be. But my friends, that's just the beginning, because like with the 60th and the 50th before it, we are going to get all new nighttime shows, like World of Color. This time taking a new incarnation as the show World of Color Happiness. That's going to be sort of the overarching theme of the entire event. Happiness, because Disneyland, as many of us know, is the happiest place on Earth. Not the most magical place on Earth. That's the Magic Kingdom. That's in Orlando. Completely different things, okay? They are very distinct. The goal of the Disneyland 70th is to celebrate Celebrate happiness, and that seems like a really good thing to celebrate because I think a lot of us could just use more happiness right now, and Disneyland, for me, brings that. It's a shame I couldn't go this week.
Easy. Sorry.
Let's see, that's great, a new nighttime show. Paint the Night is coming back, this time to Disneyland, and I'm hearing with a few new floats. Or, new float, singular. It's kind of unclear, but we are getting something new in Paint the Night. And we are also getting, my friends, Wondrous Journeys from the 100th celebration back as the nighttime fireworks show. Wondrous Journeys was amazing, probably the best Disneyland fireworks show I have ever seen. And that's it when it comes to the nighttime spectaculars. Wait a second. 2/3 of those are shows we've had before. Hold on a second. Okay, so according to the wiki, we got a brand new version of World of Color for the 60th. It's still World of Color, it's just a new show, a new compilation of clips and songs. And then we got Disneyland Forever, a brand new fireworks show and Paint the Night. At the time, a brand new parade. So we're going from 3/3 of the shows being new to, it seems, 1/3 of the shows being new, if you count World of Color as a new show. Some people might not. That is Huh. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend and say, you know, the Disneyland 70th is going to be absolutely terrible, there's nothing we can do about it, or that the Disneyland 70th is going to be amazing and everybody whining about it is just completely in the wrong headspace. That's not what I do here. I want to look at this sort of objectively, because I thought that the Disney World 50th was actually pretty good. A lot of other people didn't quite like it as much as I did, but I thought all of the updates and enhancements they gave to the monorails and the icons of the park and some of the new shows, that was great. It could have been more though. They could have done better. Disney could have done better. And that's what I'm really feeling right now with the Disneyland 70th anniversary. It doesn't feel like Disney allocated enough of their maybe budget, maybe expertise, maybe creativity to this celebration as they did with, say, the 60th, the Diamond anniversary of Disneyland, or the 50th. This is just sort of an afterthought. Even the 100th had some pretty good offerings. This just seems sort of underbaked to me. But that's not to say that it's gonna be terrible. Again, first things first, we're going to have to actually see and experience the 70th anniversary in order to make an informed judgment on how it's going to be. Is it gonna be bad? It could be. Is it gonna be good? Could also be that good. Something else that needs to be taken into consideration for these big milestone anniversaries are attraction updates. If you remember, the Yeti and the whole interior, essentially, of the Matterhorn got updated and sort of rethemed. We also saw the return of the original and vastly superior Hatbox Ghost to the Haunted Mansion. Those were during the 60th as part, unofficially, of the Diamond celebration. Now, let us look to the attraction updates for the 70th. I mean, they did confirm that the construction for the Avengers Campus expansion will start in 2025, so that's progress. Okay, nothing has been confirmed quite yet, aside from Walt Disney A Magical Life. But if you have been following the channel or just Disney rumors in general, you know that we may see some updates to the Haunted Mansion just in time for the 70th anniversary, or maybe as part of the prelude to the 70th anniversary with a new attic bride and some new hitchhiking ghosts. And I would say that is welcome. I think that the Haunted Mansion could always be improved. I think that they need to be careful when improving the Haunted Mansion, but there are aspects that could change, like especially Constance in the attic. She needs to change for the better. And Disney did state in the Disney Parks blog that I'm using as a reference for this video that there are more surprises to come. There are more announcements for the 70th on the horizon. Now, are those necessarily attraction updates, or are they talking about merchandise and food? It probably is the latter, but I wouldn't put it past them to sneakily include some attraction updates and enhancements as part of the 70th anniversary. Even if they were just going to do them the entire time, Disney saying that they're putting in a new attic bride for the 70th as part of the 70th celebration retroactively would make it part of the celebration, which would make it better as a whole. Does it sound like I'm reaching here? I might be. Now, while snacks and merchandise are always a fun part of these anniversaries, they're not the main draw, at least not for me. A lot of the locals who get to try out new foods throughout the year, that would be a lot of fun. But me, I'm here for the experiences. I'm here for the shows and the rides, my friend. But, I mean, the castle looks pretty cool. As good as the 60th? Maybe? If we take a look back at Walt Disney World's 50th, I think this is a little bit closer to what we can expect, maybe even on a smaller scale than this, for Disneyland's 70th. This is the modern Disney anniversary celebration that we're working with here. Now, the Disney World 50th, I don't want to say was cobbled together, because it really wasn't. A lot of work went into it, but it was also things that were supposed to open in 2019 and 2020 and 2021, all opening under the banner of the Walt Disney World 50th. So, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. The ride opened in 2022, 51 years after the opening of the Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World. Not technically within that 50-year box, but they did open it during the 50th anniversary celebration, so it was considered an addition for the 50th. Was it always intended to be as a love letter to Epcot and Walt Disney World just in time for the 50th? Let's be real here, probably not. The construction of Cosmic Rewind was delayed time and time again, and then COVID came around, and so it would eventually open in 2022. It was supposed to open before that. On the other hand, Disney Enchantment, the new fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom, was absolutely an addition for the 50th anniversary. Of course, it went away after the 50th, replaced by the vastly superior Happily Ever After, but it was for the anniversary. The Points of Light at Epcot, even though I love them and they make Spaceship Earth absolutely absolutely sparkle and shimmer and look even more beautiful at night. Were they for the 50th? They were added during the 50th, and they were advertised as an attraction for the 50th, but Epcot was also going through its transformation phase that is kind of over now. So while the other icons had their beacons of light, the points of light on Spaceship Earth I'm going to count as something different, not connected to the 50th. However, if you disagree with me and you want to consider them as part of the additions for the 50th, go right ahead. They were added during the time. I just consider them more of a Epcot 2.0 or 3.0 edition rather than a 50th edition. What else? Oh, Animal Kingdom got Kite Tails for a hot second there. You all remember Kite Tails, right? I unfortunately never got to see it, but I think Kite Tails will go down in Disney history as a show that was so bad it was good. Because, like, come on, what are you gonna do in that big amphitheater they built for Rivers of Light at Animal Kingdom, and then they promptly got rid of Rivers of Light? Why not do a daytime show where you crash kites into empty stands? That sounds like a great idea. Like I said, so bad it's good. Kite Tails has its own, like, sort of cult following right now. It's so cool. Epcot got Harmonious with those big barges in the middle of the World Showcase, and I personally think it was better than Luminous. Don't shoot me, okay? I'm just give my opinion here. All I'm saying is that if they could have moved those barges in and out over the course of the day like they do with Luminous and like they did with Illuminations, Harmonious would have been a more worthy successor to Illuminations. But unfortunately, those barges really sullied the idea of the show in the minds of Disney and Epcot fans. And before I move on from talking about Disney World, I do want to mention that they opened new restaurants. And I'm talking new restaurants from the ground up, not replacing existing restaurants like Space 220 at Epcot. Space 220 is awesome, okay? I'm a Space 220 supporter. And who could forget, aside from me, because I always forget that this is there, the Roundup Rodeo Barbecue restaurant in Toy Story Land, the first table service restaurant in Toy Story Land. Again, not replacing anything. Okay, let's see. Polly, can we go back to the list of new things for the Disneyland 70th? And there it is, everybody. There's the list of new things. Admittedly, they haven't announced everything yet, but this list makes the Disney World 50th look better. And of course, there are 4 parks there and more room and a lot bigger of a budget sometimes. Scale down the Disney World 50th to sort of match the Disneyland 70th, and I think we could come out on the other side of this looking pretty good. I don't think we're going to come out of this on the other side looking pretty good, though. They're not constructing any attraction right now. They're not building a new ride from the ground up without replacing anything. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure did technically open for the 50th, and it didn't replace anything. It was a brand new expansion of the France Pavilion at Epcot. Disneyland Forward was approved. It's in effect right now. Disney can build up new things without replacing old things, and that's good. And we know they're planning on building new things without replacing old things. The Avengers Campus expansion, unless you count the red car trolley, which I do, and the entirety of that Disneyland expansion and the DCA expansion on the other side of Disneyland Drive. However, if we all put on our thinking caps here for a second, we are obviously not going to be getting Pandora or the Coco attraction in time for the 70th. It's next year. It's in like 5 months. So we can count new rides off that list. How about new restaurants? If you're keeping up with Fresh Baked's construction updates, you know that Parkside Market and Sippin' Sonder, all of those new restaurants in that new downtown Disney district, the new downtown Disney entrance that we're getting, are opening before the 70th, so we can't really include that. And in the official guide Disney released, they just said that they're going to do a projection show on the outside of the Carthay Circle Theater, which is a restaurant, but it's not a new restaurant. It's an old restaurant, and it's not new food. It's a projection show. So it doesn't look like we're going to be getting much in the way of new restaurants for the 70th, unless we get that steakhouse in downtown Disney that they said they were going to build in the former footprint of the Tortilla Joe's restaurant. But all of this remains to be seen. In the parks, themed restaurants, we're talking restaurants like Space 220 or the Crêperie in the France Pavilion, those aren't really on the table. As of right now, again, more announcements coming soon. I have to make an update video on this if they do announce better updates for the 70th. I want to wrap this video up by saying that all that I've talked about today, all of the negatives that I've talked about, could be assuaged by the time the 70th rolls around. Disney could announce more things, additions, changes, improvements, shows. They could announce all of that before the 70th officially starts on May 16th of next year. It seems like to a lot of Florida fans, a lot of Walt Disney World fans, that Disneyland seems to be the golden child of the Walt Disney Company. And I mean, it sort of makes sense. It's where all the celebrities go. It's where all of the business people, the bigwigs at the Disney Company go, because they're all in California. area, so they want to keep Disneyland in pristine condition. That's why the new Haunted Mansion queue looks absolutely gorgeous. And it's why they put a stupid Hatbox Ghost in the Orlando mansion. And for me personally, the Disneyland 70th and how it stacks up to the Walt Disney World 50th on a park-by-park basis will be the concrete answer to that sort of theory that I need. Does Disney take better care of Disneyland than it does of Walt Disney World? I think if after the fact we do a post-mortem on the Disneyland 70th versus the WDW 50th, that is going to give us our answer. But until then, we won't know for sure. Now, I don't want anybody getting it twisted, okay? I'm not saying that Wondrous Journeys or Paint the Night are bad shows. They're my favorite Disney nighttime shows, right up there with Happily Ever After. Those are like my top 3, and they're interchangeable depending on where I am and how I'm feeling in the moment. I'm just saying that they're not new shows, and whether or not bringing back 2 old shows for the 70th anniversary is a good idea, I'm going to leave that up to you all in the comments to decide. Please let me know what you think down there. If you enjoyed the Disney World 50th, if you enjoyed the Disneyland 60th, the 100th celebration, and now if you're looking forward to the 70th, or do you think it's going to be just sort of a letdown with, you know, the really cool Walt animatronic and some nice decorations, but that's about it. I'd love to hear what you think down in the comments. You know what? That was actually a really solid video. You gave your opinions on the 70th without being weird about it. You gave them ideas on how they could improve and what they did right and wrong in the past. I thought that was pretty well done. Did you have fun making this video, other me? Yeah, you know what? I guess that was pretty fun. I had a great time making that video. Just as much fun as you would have had going to Disneyland this week, right? No. Oh. Hey there everybody, I sure hope you enjoyed this week's slightly shorter video on my, let's just say, trepidations I have for the Disneyland 70th anniversary, although I do think at the end of the day that it's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like what we've been given right now, what we know right now about the anniversary, it could be better, and I know Disney can do better. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button, and if you're new around here and you want more videos like this one, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. A very special thank you as always to my supporters over at patreon.com. They were the ones who were going to help me visit Disneyland this week, but you know, snow and whatnot. So I'm just gonna say thank you anyways for just helping me keep this channel going, keeping the content coming, and you know, if you want to join their ranks and get access to exclusive videos and exclusive early access to existing videos, follow the link in the description down below, and even just $1 a month will get you access to most of the perks. However, my friends, if you'd rather follow me for free on other social media sites, you can. You can find me on Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and, you know, I'm sunsetting my Twitter account, but I still do post video links, but that's it over there. Blue Sky is where you want to go. But that, my friends, wraps up this video. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the video that happens next week that won't be from the park, but it will be from this very same office that we've been stuck in for the past couple months, me and you, just hanging out together. All right. Goodbye.